We're getting ready for a wonderful Friday of baseball at Foley Field as the number 5 Arkansas Razorbacks in town to continue their series with the Georgia Bulldogs. Fernando Gonzalez and the Dogs going for the series win. Kendall Diggs and the Razorbacks trying to even things up. As we take a look at the conference standings, you'll see Georgia still last in the East and Arkansas is still first in the West, but Georgia, theoretically, with a win tonight, could jump all the way up to 9th in the overall standings. They're currently 13th. And good evening, I'm Matt Stewart, joined by former Georgia Bulldogs All-SEC catcher, assistant coach, and 3-time minor league All-Star Jason Jacobs. And Jason, Dogs playing their best baseball, 4-2 in their last 6 conference games. Arkansas, well, they're Arkansas, probably a top 8 national seed right now.
Yeah, absolutely. Arkansas is doing their thing, but Georgia, like you said, they're really starting to play better the second half, looking to finish things up a little bit better than they started and make their way into the postseason.
Great series opener last night. Let's take you to the 3rd inning and some superb defense from Kendall Diggs robs Will David of a 3-run homer.
Yeah, great field awareness, especially on the road. Just fantastic finding the wall and taking away a home run.
So it looks like Arkansas is going to avoid the big inning, but just 2 batters later, Fernando Gonzalez unloaded.
The steady Eddie behind the plate, getting those big knocks when they count. Great job right there, grabbing some momentum for Georgia.
We'll go to the 8th. Georgia up 6-4. Bases loaded. Leighton Finley slams the door.
Yeah, a great job. A big confidence builder for this bullpen who's kind of struggled. A big moment in the game and able to dominate that.
But then in the 9th, that man Diggs again, slams one off the left center field wall. That gets Arkansas within a run, but Dalton Radens gets the final out.
Yeah, Georgia picking each other up on the mound, something that hasn't been going their way for some of the year, so looking to kind of turn that around. Arkansas got to hit a little bit better with runners in scoring position.
So Dogs 6-5 winners today. They give the ball to Charlie Goldstein, who's coming off the best 2 games of his career.
Yeah, Goldstein's been a welcome surprise here for this Georgia staff. Has been really solid in his last 2 outings, as you mentioned. Fastball's going to be in the 88 to 92 range, up to 92 range. Really makes his changeup a lot better, which is a plus pitch for him. And he really attacks the strike zone, his last 2 outings especially. So some of those walk numbers are going to be start to even out as the season goes.
Here's a look at the batting order for Arkansas. They're going to have 3 right-handers, 5 left-handers, 1 switch hitter in the order. They're batting .290 as a team, averaging 8.2 runs per game. And Josenberger will lead things off for the Razorbacks, and that's ball 1 from Goldstein. Goldstein making his 10th overall appearance and his 6th start. You saw the numbers a few moments ago, 1-1 and a 5.67 ERA. Josenberger, 1 for 3 with a couple of walks and a couple of strikeouts in the series opener last night. Takes ball number 2, and the count's 2-1 to Josenberger. Junior center fielder, he's out of Kansas City. Park Hill High School, started his college career with the Kansas Jayhawks. 6 foot, 185, switch hitter, bats both sides of the plate and throws with the right arm. Count 2-2 to Josenberger. Saw his numbers there, 339 on the season. Make that 336 on the season. And the count full to Josenberger, who also has 7 homers, 27 RBI, 16 total extra base hits. He's got 9 doubles, 47 hits on the season. Count full from Goldstein, and that's called strike 3. So Charlie Goldstein starts the game with the caught looking.
Yeah, I think a big difference for Goldstein's game has been his dominance in the inside part of the plate to the right-handers. Has been pitching very effectively in. Makes that fastball look a lot faster and complements his changeup really well. Just the 1 breaking ball in that at-bat on 2-2. Really working that fastball to both sides of the plate to start things off.
So that's 36 strikeouts for Goldstein now in 27-plus innings. Ball 1 to McLaughlin. He's got a 5-game hitting streak going since stepping in for Wagner. Bouncer behind the second base bag, and Murillo will throw him out for out number 2. So a quick 2 outs here, top of the 1st. And Borfman coming to the plate for Arkansas. Razorbacks 30-8 overall. 11-5 in the SEC. one-game lead on LSU in the Western Division. And right now, Arkansas would be the number 2 seed in the SEC tournament. One-0 pitch to Borfin. And it's ball 2. Borfin, a transfer from Oklahoma. Team leading .380 batting average, which is number 7 in the SEC. Just fell below 400 within the past week. Ball hit in the air to left field. Connor Tate, long run, looking up into the sun, loses the cap. That long floppy hair knocked it off. And a 3-up, 3-down inning for Arkansas as Georgia comes to bat when we get back.
Lily! Welcome to our third barkery.
Oh, I can tell business is going through the roof.
But seriously, we need a reliable way to help keep everyone connected from wherever we go.
Well, at AT&T, we'll help you find the right wireless plan for you, so you can stay connected to all your drivers and stores on America's most reliable 5G network.
That sounds just perfect.
Terrierific.
I Labrador you.
Round of applause.
AT&T 5G is fast, reliable, and secure for your business.
Dominic Toretto, you destroyed my family. You'll have to watch who you love most die.
He's coming for you with everything.
What's the plan, Dom? I'm not sure anymore. This is your last ride. You made one mistake. You never took my car. Rated PG-13. Only in theaters May 19th.
Introducing RT1 from Johnston & Murphy. With intelligent climate control that keeps you performing at your peak. High rebound vented outsoles support all your moves. Up your cool factor.
Right-hander Will McIntyre out of Bryant, Arkansas, making his 10th start of the season, his 6th in the SEC.
Yeah, McIntyre's not going to wow you with his fastball. It's going to be in that 88 to 91 mile an hour range, but he's got that 4 pitches: cutter, slider, changeup, pitches a lot to contact, moves the ball in and out, gets guys out back to front as well by changing speeds. So look for him to induce contact early in bats and kind of keep things rolling here.
A crafty right-hander,
A crafty
if you will.
righty,
Words
that's
you
right.
don't often hear, but a crafty right-hander. Will McIntyre on the mound for this Arkansas team, facing the Georgia Bulldogs, who've had back-to-back one-run victories after losing their first 5 one-run games of the season. They've had back-to-back one-run victories. Clemson on Tuesday and Arkansas last night. He said, take a look at the Dogs' batting order. 7 right-handers, 2 left-handers, 290 overall as a team, 7.6 runs per game. Parks Harbor had a couple of run-scoring singles last night.
Hey, he's starting to come on a little bit. He's starting to drive the ball the other way in particular. He was becoming kind of one-dimensional early on in the season, mostly to pull side, but starting to use that other side of the field, and things are opening up for him.
So Ben Anderson leading things off for Georgia. He's starting to swing a more consistent bat. Had a big game on Sunday despite the loss at Florida. I think went 3 for 6, had a double and a triple. He was 2 for 4 last night. And Anderson, solid line drive right into the glove of Stovall for out number 1.
Yeah, well hit ball right there, but exactly what McIntyre looks to do is force that contact early on. Happened to be an atom ball right there. Nothing for Anderson to hang his head about. But getting on top of the ball a lot better is Anderson. I think that's a key to his resurgence.
The phenomenal Charlie Condon at the plate for the first time today. 1 for 5 last night. That was good to extend his on-base streak to 37 games. 1-0 pitch from McIntyre. Swung on and missed. 1-1 to Charlie Condon. You see the numbers, just spectacular. 435, that's second in the SEC. 17 home runs, that's fourth in the SEC. The 53 RBI is fourth in the SEC. The home runs are third in the SEC. The RBI are fourth. Just unbelievable numbers for a young man that's a redshirt freshman.
Yeah, and you think out the gate, he's just hot, but he has maintained this pace all season long, has really not cooled off at all.
called striking. He's behind, or make that count now even at 2-2 to Charlie Condon. Yeah, you kept waiting for him to hit that spot where he struggled a little bit. That just hasn't happened yet. 2-2 pitch. Got him. Condon goes down swinging.
Yeah, well pitched there by McIntyre again. Didn't throw him the same pitch twice in a row. Moved the ball around, changed speeds. Good action downward there on the slider. That's what he got him on the 1-0 as well. So just a good mix. Condon's going to have to take notes because it's going to become a mental game going up against a guy like McIntyre.
Connor Tate goes after the first pitch and fouls it out of play over on the right side. Tate 0 for 3 last night. Of course, had a grand slam a week ago tonight at Florida in that incredible comeback to beat the Florida Gators, scoring 7 runs in the ninth to knock off Florida 13-11. It was his second grand slam in about 3 weeks. Playing in his 202nd career game tonight and his 168th career start. 1-1 pitch. You and I were joking before the game that he and Ben Anderson are going to be eligible for free agency at the end of the season. They've been around so long. His 6th year in the program. Two balls and a strike to Connor Tate. McIntyre. Nice pitch. 2-2. McIntyre 5-1 on the season. ERA just over 5 at 5.20. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Tate. Missed high 3-2. McIntyre, big kid, 6'4", 240. That jumps off the page. You're thinking power pitcher.
Right. Yeah, he's crafty, though.
3-2, and that's going to be a walk to Connor Tate and a 2-out base runner for the Bulldogs.
And I think Tate showing some experience right there, seeing how Condon was pitched, kind of matched his plan. You saw him take a couple of wild swings early and realized he was getting pitched the same way as Condon. And Condon maybe needs to take note of that as well for his next at bat, because I think throughout this 2, 3, 4, they're going to get pitched quite similarly by McIntyre.
Parks Harbor playing first base tonight. Swing and a miss. Razorbacks have Polk behind the plate again tonight. Their number 1 catcher, Rowland, still battling some back issues, so Polk getting a 2nd consecutive start. Rowland had started 10 consecutive SEC games behind the plate. Harbor fouls that one out of play, and it's 0-2. Going Slavens at first base, Stovall at second. Cole getting the start at shortstop tonight. That's just the 7th SEC start for Cole at shortstop. Bolton had some troubles in the field last night. He actually got lifted in the middle of the game in favor of Cole, and Coach Dave Van Horn going with Cole in the starting spot at shortstop tonight. 0-2 pitch to Harbor, missed high. Callie at third base, then you go Borfin in left, Josenberg in center, and Diggs in right. And we've already shown you the highlights. Diggs with probably the most outstanding defensive play of the night last night, robbing David of a 3-run homer. 1-2 pitch, called strike 3. So a couple of strikeouts for McIntyre. Here in the first, we've played a scoreless 1, heading to the second in Athens.
Lily, welcome to our third Barkery.
Oh, I can tell business is going through the roof.
But seriously, we need a reliable way to help keep everyone connected from wherever we go.
Well, at AT&T, we'll help you find the right wireless plan for you, so you can stay connected to all your drivers and stores on America's most reliable 5G network.
That sounds just perfect.
Terrierific.
I Labrador you.
Round of applause.
AT&T 5G is fast, reliable, and secure for your business.
At Foley Field, Arkansas and Georgia scoreless here in game 2 of this series. Crowd still making their way in for this 6 o'clock start. People just wrapping up their work week and heading out to the ballpark to begin the weekend. Charlie Goldstein facing Callie, Diggs, and Stovall here in the second. The Charlie Goldstein story is a really good one. This is his 4th year on campus, and really the first year he's really been called on to contribute in a starring and prominent role. Last 2 starts, 1-0, 1 no decision, 0.87 ERA, and that's against Kentucky and against Florida.
Yeah, he was really remarkable against Kentucky. It was kind of his coming out party, if you will. He was no hitter into the 6th inning.
Ground ball hit to Murillo. He throws out Callie for out number 1. Yeah, Charlie, last start, no decision. That 2-1 loss at Florida, that ended up being the walk-off win for the Gators. But you take a look at the numbers. He's had career-high 7 strikeouts in each of the last 2, so 14 strikeouts in just over 10 innings of work. 1 earned run. And that equals that 0.87 ERA. His last home start, the one you were talking about against Kentucky, that was a 6-2 win. And on the back end of a Sunday doubleheader, a 7-inning game. Diggs at the plate. On base streak now up to 29 games for Diggs. After he went 2 for 4. Had a couple of doubles last night. Knocked in a run. You saw that in the 9th inning. And gave Arkansas a real chance to come back and get a win late, although Dalton Radans came in for Georgia and put out the fire. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Diggs. He has reached base in every game he's played since going 0 for 5 against Eastern Illinois back on February 25th. That's ball number 2. Two balls, 2 strikes from Goldstein. Got him. Strikeout number 2 for Goldstein.
Done a great job commanding the fastball, establishing it. Started that at bat off with a nice slider. Kind of pitched Diggs a little bit backwards, went up to finish him off with the fastball.
Here's Stovall, their second baseman. Peyton Stovall. One of the veterans on this team, even though just a sophomore, he was on the team that got within a victory of reaching the National Championship Series last year. In fact, had a 5-hit game in Omaha, the first player to have a 5-hit game at the CWS since Dustin Ackley of the North Carolina Tar Heels back in 2009. Counts 1-2 for Peyton Stovall.
Just a great back-to-back pitches there on the outside part of the plate. Gonzalez doing a great job of just inching a little bit further off that corner, getting Goldstein a little bit more.
Ball hit on the ground to David. Throws him out. 1-2-3 go the Razorbacks. Here in the second, we'll head to the bottom half. Still scoreless at Foley Field.
Lily! Welcome to our 3rd Barkery.
Oh, I can tell business is going through the roof.
But seriously, we need a reliable way to help keep everyone connected from wherever we go.
Well, at AT&T, we'll help you find the right wireless plan for you, so you can stay connected to all your drivers and stores on America's most reliable 5G network.
That sounds just perfect.
Terrierific.
I Labrador you.
Round of applause.
AT&T 5G is fast, reliable, and secure for your business.
Introducing RT1 from Johnston & Murphy. With intelligent climate control that keeps you performing at your peak. High rebound vented outsoles support all your moves. Up your cool factor.
Dominic Toretto. You destroyed my family. And now you'll have to watch who you love most die.
He's coming for you with everything.
What's the plan, Dom? I'm not sure anymore. This is your last ride. You made one mistake. You never took my car. Rated PG-13. Only in theaters May 19th.
5 winners over Arkansas in last night's series opener. Hunter Holland, 5 innings, gave up 5 earned runs. The 5 walks were especially discouraging for head coach Dave Van Horn when we talked to him in the dugout prior to the game. Razorbacks 3 for 18 runners in scoring possession, left 11 on. Georgia's bullpen pitched well in relief of Colton Smith, and Fernando Gonzalez had the big hit with the 3-run homer.
Yeah, I think that's huge for Georgia's bullpen. That's, again, been kind of a question mark for them throughout the season, but really stepped up last night. And again, with the Razorbacks, it's very uncharacteristic of them. They had just the one error, but there was a couple of plays, a couple of extra outs given where they could have maybe turned a double play and didn't, and Georgia was able to take advantage of those opportunities. Arkansas has been very good at executing the game, which is why they have such a good record. Last night, not so good at it.
Will David leading off the inning for Georgia, facing McIntyre, who set down the Bulldogs' first 4 in the first inning. Was able to work around a 2-out walk to Connor Tate.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see the Bulldogs get a little aggressive there. You saw Anderson in the first inning go after that first pitch and square it up well. I think the deeper you get into counts against a guy like McIntyre, the more he can change your timing up and mix pitches. So I wouldn't be surprised to see David going after the first pitch there, squared it up, foul. But now the deeper you get into the counts, the more he's going to start pulling the string on you.
David was 0 for 3 last night, a walk and a strikeout, and robbed by Diggs of a home run in the 3rd inning. No balls and 2 strikes to him right now here in the 2nd. Got him on 3 pitches. That's 3 strikeouts for McIntyre. 3 of the first 5 batters that he's faced. He's not a huge strikeout pitcher, but he's got 3 here in the first 5.
You see that slider's got a lot of depth to it. It's just really falling off the table, and these Georgia hitters are having trouble recognizing it. I don't know if the shadow comes into play a little bit. But I think when you got a guy that big a frame and he pulls the string the way that McIntyre is doing it right now, it's very deceiving to the eyes.
He's now up to 37 strikeouts in 46-plus innings of work. Cole Wagner did not start last night in the starting lineup tonight as the DH. Josh Stinson, who's playing extremely well for Georgia, got the start last night. Wagner sends this one deep to left, back of the wall. There he goes! Cole Wagner responds to a game on the bench by sending the ball over the wall in his first at-bat of the game.
Well, we were talking before the game, Wagner really kind of needed something to happen for him. He's been hitting the ball pretty well, but nothing to show for it. Really struggling at the plate. Gets a pitch out over. Doesn't try to do too much with it. Big, strong kid, able to drive it. That's a deep part of the field to go backside the way he did. Again, taking advantage. Saw him scoot up in the plate a little bit and let that fastball travel. Might be a good strategy to employ against McIntyre.
4th home run, 15th RBI of the season for Wagner. His 10th career home run, and it's actually his 2nd home run of the week. He had a 2-run homer in the Florida series last weekend. So maybe signs that Cole Wagner has really struggled this year at the plate, starting to turn things around. But we'll give you credit. You said us, it was you. You were talking about how this could be a really good matchup, the matchup of McIntyre and Wagner.
Yeah, it's just one of those things. It's that right time of season for him. He had a tough start where he's really squaring a lot of balls up and just right at guys. Guys make good plays. And then he kind of went into a little bit of a funk trying to do more, and now you're on the back end of that. Coming out of it, he's back to squaring some balls up, and they're finding some grass for him.
Murillo at the plate. The count is 0-2. Ball 1 from McIntyre. Murillo 1 for 3 with a walk in last night's series opener. Batting .252 on the year. Count now 2-2 to Murillo. The transfer from Long Beach State. He has 3 homers, 17 RBI on the season after not homering in his 2 seasons out in California. Count now full 3-2 after he'd fallen behind 0-2.
Good recognition there by Murillo on both of those pitches. That's that same downward action on the slider. And good check swings. He's recognizing it.
McIntyre flexes the glove, 3-2 pitch. Line drive, stroke to the gap in left center, and it is going to be out of here. Gets up over the wall. Borfin gave a great effort, and it looked like he might be able to get to it, but the ball beat Borfin to the wall and got over, and Murillo with his 4th home run as a Bulldog.
I think it goes back to the 2 previous pitches, those good takes. Missed 2 breaking balls consecutive. You know a fastball's coming. Murillo gets one up in the zone again from McIntyre. It's funny how this game works out. Talking to Coach Strickland in the dugout before the game, he didn't think the ball was going to travel very well tonight. And maybe it's not. Maybe those balls are hit pretty well, don't get me wrong, but it's kind of funny how it works out. The first 2 runs Georgia gets are on solo shots when it's one of those days it just doesn't travel all that well.
Yeah, well, there's not much wind, if any at all, but it is the warmest night of the season so far. I think it was around 80 degrees at first pitch.
That's right. Yeah, Foley Field's a finicky field. He'll feel heavy sometimes in the yard, and I think Coach Strickland was just kind of going with his instinct, but Wagner and Murillo able to give those 2 balls a ride there.
So the 6 and 7 hitters for the Dogs, back-to-back homers. Georgia up 2-0, and Gonzalez batting. You already saw the 3-run homer that he hit last night. At the time, gave Georgia a 5-2 lead in the 3rd inning, and the Dogs were able to hold on and get the 6-5 win. Here's the 0-1 to Gonzalez. That's off the plate, and it's 1-1. The home run that Gonzalez hit last night was his 3rd of the season, the 9th of his career. I know you were talking to some scouts at last night's game. They love Gonzalez. Don't be fooled by the low offensive numbers. I think, and I agree with you, I think he's got the makings of a pro catcher.
Yeah, I would tend to agree because he's so good behind the plate.
Rocket shot foul down the 3rd base line.
And it's not that he's not a good hitter. He's a good hitter as well. The numbers don't reflect, I think, how good a hitter he is. But he does such a good job behind the plate, handling a staff, very high baseball IQ, all the physical attributes.
Right now he's only at 229 for a batting average. The on-base percentage is close to 400. It's at 398, so it's not bad. And you saw the power. He certainly has power. Not big home run totals, but he has power, and you saw that last night.
When I look at the way he plays the game, it's a lot like Clint Sammons, who I had the opportunity to play with, made it to the big leagues. And he was a 260, 270 hitter, but it was one of those where he could remember all of his hits. They always counted when he got them.
3 balls and 2 strikes to Gonzalez. Taps that one foul to stay alive. Dogs now with 68 home runs on the season. They're 5th in the SEC. Came into the game on pace to hit 98 over the course of a 56-game regular season schedule, which would be by far more than they've ever hit under Coach Scott Strickland. The record for him, 81. And that's ball 4.
Got a good approach right now against McIntyre, just fighting off those good pitches. He's one of those guys just misses your barrel. If you're able to lay off some of that off speed, that late breaking stuff, then you can get a good pitch to hit, as Wagner and Murillo were able to do. And in that case, Gonzalez just able to outlast him and draw the walk.
Pitching coach Matt Hobbs out there to powwow with McIntyre, who just when we started bragging about how he had struck out 3 of the first 5, then surrenders solo home runs to Wagner, Murillo, and walks Gonzalez. The bottom of the order.
Yeah, again, I think a good job by the Georgia dugout and just observing how he was going about his business, kind of getting ahead early with the fastball, so they started getting aggressive early on and then immediately kind of switched gears to off speed once he gets ahead. So a good job at laying off some of those off-speed pitches later in the count.
Number 9 hitter for Georgia is Mason LaPlante. So Georgia trying to create an even bigger inning than the 2 solo home runs have provided to this point. McIntyre gives up maybe another one. He does! Third home run of the inning for the Georgia Bulldogs, and a 4-0 lead as LaPlante goes deep. Fourth home run, RBI 20 and 21 for LaPlante.
And again, jumping on that fastball early in the count and stirring it up. McIntyre with that fastball just up in the zone right now. All 3 of those home runs have been on the fastball. They've all been belt high out over the plate. That seems to be the approach that the Bulldogs are taking right now. They're going to be aggressive early at the fastball and then kind of take a step back and maybe look off speed as the at-bat gets a little bit longer.
So McIntyre has surrendered in this inning his 12th, 13th, and 14th home runs of the season, by far and away the most on this Arkansas staff. Everybody else on the staff combined has given up 36. He's given up 14 now. Back around to the top of the order, and Ben Anderson, who lined out to Stovall, the second baseman, his first time up. Behind in the count 0-2, and hits it to the second baseman again. This is a one-hopper to Stovall this time for out number 2.
And Anderson kind of that tough luck, a tough 0 for 2 to this point. Hit both those balls right on the nose, just right at the second baseman, but I think he's got to stick with that approach of getting on top. I think that's going to benefit him in the long run.
Here's Charlie Condon. Perhaps sensing some blood in the water. Georgia's home run hitter was 17 on the season. Falls behind in the count 0-1. Struck out his first time up. Swing and a miss, and it's 0-2. So McIntyre, 1 strike away from getting out of the inning. Outside, and the count goes 1-2 to Condon. Condon came in number 2 in the SEC with an .877 slugging percentage, and number 3 with a .527 on base percentage. 1-2 pitch in the air, out of play. Over on the right side, count remains 1-2 to Charlie Condon. One ball, 2 strikes to Charlie Condon. 4 runs in the inning for the Dogs. Condon hits it on the ground. That's foul. Saw third base umpire Michael Banks give the signal. Brandon Cooper is working the plate today. Christopher Griffith is the first base umpire. And Clint Lawson is the second base umpire. Count still 1-2 to Condon. Called strike 3. But Georgia scores 4 runs. They send 3 over the wall in the inning, starting with Wagner, then Murillo, and then Mason LaPlante to cap it off. And a 4-0 lead for the Dogs heading to the 3rd.
Lily, welcome to our 3rd Barkery.
Oh, I can tell business is going through the roof.
But seriously, we need a reliable way to help keep everyone connected from wherever we go.
Well, and AT&T will help you find the right wireless plan for you, so you can stay connected to all your drivers and stores on America's most reliable 5G network.
That sounds just perfect.
Terrierific.
I Labrador you.
Round of applause.
AT&T 5G is fast, reliable, and secure for your business.
No, it's not your usual, but cereal's tasty with Califia almond milk.
Oh, looks yummy, creamy, delicious. People see me and think, oh, he only eats cookies. But me multifaceted individual, me try new things.
Guess we should start calling you Cereal Monster. Or that was just a joke.
Good, yeah, Cookie Monster.
Cookie Monster.
Cookie Monster.
Has been staked to a 4-0 lead as the Razorbacks get ready to bat here in the top of the third. Matt Stewart along with Jason Jacobs. And Jason, how crazy is the game? Charlie Condon, one of the best hitters in the entire SEC, has struck out twice in this game facing McIntyre, and the bottom of the Georgia's orders hit 3 home runs off of it.
It's just funny how it works out. We're just talking that velocity of McIntyre being like a crafty righty, not something you see every day. Seems like the bottom of the order is kind of feasting on it right now, and the top of the order is trying to find their timing.
Harold Cole leading off the inning for Arkansas, as we mentioned, making just his 7th SEC start of the season. John Bolton is typically the everyday shortstop. And Cole socks that one to left field for a base hit. First hit of the game for the Razorbacks. Second hit of the series for Cole, who is their better offensive player at the position. Bolton, the better defensive player. It's ironic, though, that Bolton's out because he didn't handle the defensive side of the game to Coach Dave Van Horn's liking last night. Slavin's at the plate. Brady Slavin's 0 for 4 last night. Hits this one to center field. Ben Anderson has it tracked for out number 1. Now the number 9 hitter for Arkansas, Hudson Polk. He was 0 for 4 last night with 3 strikeouts. He was one of those strikeout victims in that 8th inning when Leighton Finley came in with the bases loaded. And Polk sends this one off the end of the bat to right field, and Condon has it for out number 2.
You got to love the way Goldstein's going about his business. Gives up the first hit of the game. A well-struck ball by Cole. Continues to pound the zone. Slavin's hit it pretty good out to center field. Got the out. Then a quick out there to Polk. 1 pitch away from getting out of this inning is Goldstein, continuing to pound the strike zone.
Josenberger struck out looking his first time up. Goldstein looks over at first. Runners going. Gonzalez delivers a strike down to second base, and he's out. Fernando Gonzalez guns down the base runner Cole trying to take second base, and that'll end the inning for Arkansas. They're going to call for a review right here. So slam on the brakes and let's go to the let's go under the tent, as they like to say.
That's a crafty slide by Cole right there. He immediately came up. You could see LaPlante kind of double reaching for that tag a little bit. The throw definitely beat him there, but if Cole was athletic enough to avoid the tag.
So you make the call at home. Throw easily beats him. He's not even in the frame yet when the ball gets there. But was he able to hop over? You see, he got his arm up there. Ooh. The key is going to be was Plant able to get his glove on Cole's body?
It looked like maybe the hip. From that angle, it's tough to tell. It definitely, the swim move there with the left arm by Cole definitely avoided the tag there.
Well, from that angle, I don't think they can overturn that call. No. It's going to be ruled out as it was called on the field. He just may have avoided the tag. We just didn't have the video angle to overturn it. 4-0 Georgia heading to the bottom of the third.
Research shows people remember heartwarming ads. So to help you remember that Liberty Mutual customizes your home insurance, here's a touching moment.
I want to give you something very special that I wore on my wedding day.
Liberty Mutual customizes your home insurance, so you only pay for what you need. I love you, Mom.
I love you, too.
Only pay for what you need.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
When there's real strawberries, crunchy almonds, smooth yogurty clusters, and crisp toasted flakes.
Happy to format it for you.
What else can you do but dig in? Special K, do what's delicious.
Love is bigger than ever. The 3-row Subaru Ascent. Dog tested, dog approved. Love, it's what makes Subaru, Subaru.
Third inning, Georgia out to a 4-0 lead on Arkansas, the 5th-ranked team in the country. Dogs with a win tonight would clinch the weekend series and would start Georgia, or continue Georgia, on what's going to be a long road back, but basically finishing 4-11 in the front half of the SEC season as Connor Tate leads off the inning, basically puts Georgia in a position they've got to win every series, at least 2 games to 1 from here on out to get to 14 wins. If they can get to 14 conference wins with their RPI, which is in the 30 range, maybe 28-30 right now. It was 30 going into the series. I think it knocked down a couple of spots. I mean, they've got the RPI to get into an NCAA regional, but you got to get to 14 conference wins, I think.
Yeah, I think so. And if you're breaking down the season and you look at it and they are able to accomplish that, I think you got to look at the 8th inning and what Finley was able to do last night. Bases loaded, nobody out, a tight ball game. The 3 punch-outs would be kind of the turning point. Long way to go, obviously, but I think that was huge, especially for this pitching staff. Seems like the offense is starting to respond to that as well.
Yeah, you've just seen some things over the last couple of weeks that you did not see early on in the season, starting with that Kentucky series, the first series, and to this point, the only series that they have won. But they've won 4 of their last 6 conference games, and all 6 of those games against teams ranked in the top 10. So it's not like they're beating up on the bottom half of the conference or something like that. They're beating good teams, and they've got a 4-0 lead here on Arkansas tonight, and Connor Tate starts the third with a single to left.
Yeah, McIntyre again just up in the zone right there. Tate, you know, in a pitcher's count was a little bit late on it, but because it was up, able to get it out into the outfield. You get that ball down, you get the easy ground ball on the left side of the infield, but McIntyre just having a tough time finishing those pitches down in the zone.
Parks Harbor struck out looking his first time up. The hit by Tate a moment ago was his first of the series. Saw him down in the batting cages today, and I asked him, how long is he going to let the hair go? He said he has not cut it, cut it a little bit on the sides. As he reads the ball in the dirt, going to take second base. So the wild pitch allows Tate to get to second.
Yeah, tough one for Polk to block right there. That ball bounced well in front of the plate. McIntyre maybe overcompensating for that ball being up in the zone. See some action start in the Arkansas bullpen.
I think that's Cody Adcock, who was their starting pitcher in their win against Central Arkansas on Tuesday. So Tate's in scoring position, and the count's 2-0 to Harbor. Ball outside, 3-0. Back to the hair story. He says he's cut it a little bit, but not the length since the LSU series last year.
It's a lot of hair.
That works for him.
Yeah.
It's his look. 3-0 pitch in there for a strike to Harbor. Harbor's the exact opposite. Harbor's got it pretty high and tight.
That's right. Takes all kinds.
That indeed. 3 balls and a strike to Harbor. And that's ball 4 on 5 pitches. 2 aboard for the Dogs to start the third. I would think that McIntyre doesn't have long to last in this game if he allows another base runner.
Yeah, a little interesting on the pitch selection, the 2-0 breaking ball after Tate was able to advance on the wild pitch. It almost felt like maybe they were pitching around Harbor to get to David, but with nobody out right here, David could lay a bunt down and get 2 guys into scoring position. We'll see how Coach Strickland elects to play it.
David struck out his first time up. Big fan of the stirrups there. I like the stirrups. Got the stripes on the stirrups. It's a good look. Three homers, 14 RBI since joining the Bulldogs program from Samford, where he also played for the Bulldogs out of the St. Pius School in Atlanta. Started his career at Samford. Hit .303 there last year in his senior season, 5 homers and 29 RBI. And hit .304 his junior season. 2 balls and no strikes to David. McIntyre to the plate. Ball hit on the ground to Cole. Goes to second 1. Stovall on to first 2 double play. A 6-4-3 double play to get 2 down in the inning as Tate advances to third.
Yeah, good pitch there by McIntyre, driving it down and in, getting in on the hands. Gets the twin killing there, loosen things up.
Arkansas has turned more double plays than any other team in the SEC. That's their 36th of the season. And Wagner strokes another one into right field this time. That scores Tate easily. RBI single for Wagner, who's knocked in 2 already tonight. And Georgia has a 5-0 lead.
And a big hit there for Georgia to kind of keep that momentum. Get the first 2 guys on. You ground into the double play. And then a big 2-out RBI, always a killer. McIntyre, I think if he wins that at bat right there, he might settle in a little bit, give you a couple more innings.
Yeah.
But Wagner putting a stop to that, getting that single to right field.
Here's Murillo, who homered his last time up. Yeah, it looked like it was going to be a big victory for McIntyre right there, getting that 6-4-3 double play. Get Wagner, keep it 4-0, but then Wagner strikes right back and kind of erases a good deal of the significance of that double play by getting the base hit.
I think McIntyre had finally gotten on top of one of those fastballs, the one he threw to David to induce that ground ball double play. It's like, oh, hey, there it is. And then you can get out of that inning, get out of the jam, you feel very confident. But Wagner, good job stepping up and picking his teammate David up.
Behind to Murillo, delivers a strike. It's 2-1. How good do you think Wagner feels right now?
Oh, gosh, yeah. The season he's had, that's That's huge. Kind of feels back to what he was doing, talking to Coach Strickland come into the season. He just had a remarkable fall in spring.
Murillo got a piece of that. It's 2-2. So Cole Wagner's already hit a solo homer and delivered an RBI single in this game. And Georgia's out to a 5-0 lead. Led 5-2 in the third last night. They're up 5-0 tonight. Murillo swings and misses. That's a strikeout for McIntyre. And that's going to be his 5th of the game. But Georgia has a 5-0 lead as we head to the 4th.
Dominic Toretto. They say when you're facing death, your life flashes before your eyes. Are they right? This is your last ride. Boom!
There's no place to land.
Who said anything about landing?
Rated PG-13. Only in theaters May 19th.
New and existing customers can choose the phone they want, like the incredible iPhone 14 on us.
Not to brag, but I'm on Verizon now. And I got to choose the phone I wanted for free. Not that you're bragging.
Choose the phone you want on us. Verizon.
Wendy's $3 breakfast deal, it's the kind of breakfast that really sticks with you. Tyler had breakfast. Hey, buddy.
Your choice of breakfast croissant plus seasoned potatoes for just $3. Choose wisely. Choose Wendy's $3 breakfast deal.
Drive. It's what propels the champions, the comeback kids, the underdogs. It means constantly improving, striving, hungering. It's no excuses, no days off, or no glory. It's drive.
Big D1 Baseball updates their projected national seeds and their 64-team tournament field. Well, here's a look at the projected top 16 national seed. You see Arkansas checks in at number 4 in their projections with LSU and Vanderbilt, South Carolina. So 4 of the top 5 are SEC. 5 of the top 7 are SEC. And the common denominator in all of that is that Georgia has played or will have played every one of them before the season's over. Josenberger leading off the inning, the 4th inning for Arkansas. They still have just 1 hit in this game. That coming from Cole to lead off the 3rd. 2 balls and no strikes from Goldstein. Called strike, and it's 2-1. This run for Goldstein really kind of started with a relief appearance in that Vandy series in which Georgia got swept in Nashville. They did not have him in the starting rotation. He had a strong relief appearance against Vandy, gave up 2 runs, 5 hits over 4 1/3 innings. The next weekend against Kentucky, they had him in the starting rotation, and he has been pretty incredible the last 2 starts. 3 balls and 2 strikes here to Josenberg. Got him. Strikeout number 3, twice for Josenberg.
I like that from Goldstein right there. Misexecuted on the 2-2 changeup. Left it short. Then you could see him swipe to a different sign than what was called. Wanted to throw that pitch again, and he executed it very well.
So McLaughlin at the plate takes a called strike. McLaughlin 8 for 14 since stepping in for the injured Jared Wagner. Wagner's out with a hairline fracture in his thumb. He's here on the trip, but he's not on the roster. But Wagner is with the team, as is Bradley Tiger, their phenomenal relief pitcher. They thought he might be able to go and pitch this weekend, but Tiger's been out for over a month now. He was diagnosed with a UCL sprain in his elbow on March 1st. Really close to 2 months he's been out. And Dave Van Horn had indicated during the week that Tiger would be with the team and would be able to pitch this weekend. That those plans changed. He is with the team, but the plans to have him pitch this weekend have changed. Out of the bullpen. 2-2. Breaking ball is fouled back to the screen and ends up bouncing off the screen and right back into the Arkansas dugout. They're now looking up there and saying, how did that happen? There's an upper screen above the overhang. They weren't expecting the ricochet there. Three balls and two strikes to McLaughlin. Tapper on the infield. That's going to be a foul ball. As I mentioned before, the Dogs have Harbor at first base tonight. Gonzalez again behind the plate. LaPlante at second, Murillo at short, David's the third baseman. Then you go Tate, Anderson, and Condon across the outfield left to right. Dogs playing really good defensively. They're fourth in the conference. That ball is hit to center field. Anderson racing right in front of the track. Runs it down for out number 2.
That great first step by Anderson right there. Easy swing by McLaughlin, but he squared it up. Ball's carrying into the gap pretty well. Anderson running right to the spot. Thought that ball was trouble off the bat. See a great route right there, straight to the spot. Eases into the catch.
Borfin at the plate. Flew out to left his first time up. That's ball 1 to Borfin. Georgia, 981 fielding as a team. That's fourth in the SEC. They've committed just 25 errors. That's the third fewest. They're even better in conference play, fielding 985. And last week, in the 4 games that they played, they fielded 986. Borfin swings and fouls it into the mitt. It's 2-1. And they'll put a big shift on now for Borfin. But it's pretty phenomenal. Georgia really is always a strong defensive team, but they play on natural grass. That ball is hit to center field. Anderson thought about racing in, bounces off his leg. Borfin's going to hustle to second and get there with what they will likely score a double.
Yeah, good effort there by Anderson, but I think he makes some mistakes selling out on this one with 2 outs. Just tries to body it up, and with that angle, ball kind of bounces away. Now, with 2 outs, Borfin able to get into scoring position.
10th double of the season for Borfin. Razorbacks are just 12th in the conference in doubles. But they had a lot of them last night. They had 5 doubles last night. No home runs. It was the second consecutive game in which the Razorbacks did not homer. Here's the 0-1 to Cali. Pickoff move, they got him, trapped. He made a break, and Borfin's in trouble here, going to be tagged out for the final out of the inning. So Borfin makes a big base running mistake and gets picked off by Goldstein after reaching scoring position.
Introducing RT1 from Johnston & Murphy. With intelligent climate control that keeps you performing at your peak. High rebound vented outsoles support all your moves. Up your cool factor.
New and existing customers can choose the phone they want, like the incredible iPhone 14 on us.
Not to brag, but I'm on Verizon now. And I got to choose the phone I wanted for free.
Not that you're bragging.
Choose the phone you want on us. Verizon.
Research shows people remember heartwarming ads. So to help you remember that Liberty Mutual customizes your home insurance, here's a touching moment.
I want to give you something very special that I wore on my wedding day.
Liberty Mutual customizes your home insurance, so you only pay for what you need. I love you, Mom. I love you, too.
Only pay for what you need.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
It's bow time.
Dude, we need gas.
Yo, we gotta get those Supremes.
We're not gonna make it.
It's bow time, baby.
So worth it, right?
I'm glad y'all ran out of gas. Boldly seasoned chicken Supremes with a biscuit, fixin', and drink. It's bow time.
Really good players make mistakes sometimes. Borfin not quite sure where he was going. He was already in scoring position.
Yeah, and this is a play that comes from the dugout, or maybe from the middle infield, but it's something that's communicated between pitcher and middle infielder there, where it was a no-look pick. So Goldstein looks back into the plate as though he's going to deliver, and for some reason, Borfin started to extend his lead. It was perfect timing of LaPlante coming in before any coach could relay the message of back to Borfin out there. Just perfectly timed, something they work on, I'm sure, on a weekly basis, doing those pickoffs there at second base, and it was well executed there, stealing out on the bases.
Gonzalez leading off the inning here in the fourth. Georgia up 5-0. Yeah, Borfin's already in scoring position. There's 2 outs in the inning, so with contact, he's running. You don't have to get a big jump. You're going to, if the ball is singled to the outfield, you're going to score. He just made a big mistake there. Gonzalez sends this one deep to left, and it's gone! Fernando Gonzalez, his second home run in as many days, and the 4th home run. The Dogs, all of them in the bottom 4 players in the order have hit off McIntyre tonight.
And Gonzalez had a heck of an AB in his first at-bat to draw the walk, and extended at-bat, spoiled a lot of pitches, got to see everything McIntyre had to offer. And again, the fastball migrating up, out over the plate. See the target from Polk down and away. That ball belt high out over the plate. Gonzalez does a good job of driving that out of the yard.
So every one of the Bulldogs players, 6, 7, 8, and 9, have homered in this game. LaPlante did it his last time up in the second. Georgia up 6-0.
And all of those home runs have come on the fastball as well, doing a good job at laying off that slider and hunting the fastball.
Ball hit to Slavens, who will take it himself for out number 1. And all of them over the left field wall. So Ben Anderson, he's 0 for 2. Just a really strange game in that the guys at the bottom of the order are the ones that are jacking it out of the park tonight. So 4 home runs for Georgia tonight. Gives them 70 now on the season. Here's the 0-1 pitch, and Anderson slices it down the left field line, foul. The count now 0-2. For a while, Georgia was kind of on pace to break the all-time record, which was 109, set by the 2009 team. They'd kind of fallen off that pace. But they're right on target for about 100. 0-2 is hit down the other line and foul. Dogs started the evening 13th place overall in the SEC standings. Of course, you got to be in the top 12 to make it to the SEC tournament. 0-2 pitch. Outside 1-2, but they're just a half game behind a 4-way tie for 9th place. So a win tonight, they could move up the standings pretty quickly. There's a lot of separation in the conference. Teams at the top and then the teams down at the bottom. Georgia's among the bottom and Arkansas among the top. Although you might not recognize that with the way the first 2 games of the series have gone.
Yeah, that's been kind of the wild thing. And I was at last night's game, able to be here for this, and it really looks like Georgia is the aggressor. If you didn't know the records going into this, and Scott Strickland pointed this out, you would think that Georgia would have the better record of the 2 teams the way they have played to this point.
Hit to Stovall. He's going to get in front of it for out number 2. Arkansas came in having won 4 straight and 6 of their previous 7. They had a 15-game winning streak during the month of March. It was the longest winning streak of the Dave Van Horn era. And the 8th winning streak of 10-plus games in program history. And Charlie Condon's funny. We were talking to Dave Van Horn. We were talking to Scott Strickland about what a great season Charlie Condon has had to this point. And this is the first time all season he's looked like he struggled.
Yeah.
He's kind of looked like a freshman tonight. And it's the first time all season long his approach at the plate has looked like a typical freshman.
Yeah, 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts at this point. Finds himself in a whole 0-2.
And goes down swinging. 3 strikeouts in a row for Charlie Condon. But Georgia's in command as we head to the 5th.
How do you explain style? I don't really think it's what you do. I think it's how you do it. There's no right way of doing things, just yours.
We're Carvana, the company who invented car vending machines and buying a car 100% online. Now we've created a brand new way for you to sell your car. Whether it's a year old or a few years old, we want to buy your car. So go to Carvana, enter your license plate, answer a few questions, and our techno wizardry calculates your car's value and gives you a real offer in seconds. When you're ready, we'll come to you, pay you on the spot, and pick up your car. That's it. So ditch the old way of selling your car and say hello to the new way at Carvana.
92% of households that kick off the year with Peloton are still active a year later? Yeah, actively using it as a coat rack.
Congrats on 50 rides!
Okay, but it's still just a fad. Just an elitist fitness cult.
Come on, guys, I know this isn't easy, but we got this.
You'll give up eventually.
Seriously? 92%.
92% stick with it. So can you. Start a 30-day home trial today. Terms apply.
Goldstein, 4 innings of scoreless ball so far. He's given up just a couple of hits. He struck out 3 through 50 pitches. Probably looking at about a 90-pitch max tonight. But staked to a big lead here as he goes to the 5th.
Yeah, Coach Strickland said before the game he was hoping to get 6 out of him the way he kind of mapped out how he was going to manage the staff. He wanted to get 6 out of Goldstein. He's been very efficient to this point. And he's faced the minimum amount. Both base runners that have reached have been caught stealing. So doing a great job. And we were talking a little in the break. His stuff not as sharp as it was against Kentucky, but he continues to pitch very well. Mixing speeds, falling behind a little bit, but making the pitch when he needs it.
So Goldstein has allowed just 8 hits over his last close to 15 innings of work, and given up just 1 earned run in right at 15 innings, his last 15 innings. And it begs the question, who is this guy? Who is Charlie Goldstein? He's been in the program for 4 years now and never looked anything like the way he looks right now.
No, you just feel it from him. He's pitching with a lot of confidence. He's not trying to do too much. I think some maturity has kind of set in. He's letting his stuff work, not overthrowing any of his pitches.
Ground ball down the line. That's a fair ball. Long throw by David. Callie going to beat it out for Arkansas. 2nd hit, make that 3rd hit of the game.
Tough play there by David. Almost looked like he was trying to avoid the umpire over there. That ball was hit right at him, so took a little stutter step, and that made the difference on the throw. You see, that's a play he thinks he can make. Would have been a tough one.
So Callie aboard for Diggs, who struck out swinging his first time up. Well, Scott Strickland feels like Goldstein probably pitching with a little bit of a chip on his shoulder this year. He didn't even get on the mound last year, and he wasn't hurt. They just never used him once last year. So this is his 4th season here. 2020, didn't pitch at all, and of course that was COVID. It was only like 17 or 18 games before the season was shut down. But then last year he didn't pitch at all. 2021, he pitched a little bit. 2021, He actually made a start against Arkansas in the SEC tournament, got lit up, gave up 3 runs on 1 hit with a couple of walks in what turned out to be an 11-2 loss to the Razorbacks in Hoover, Alabama. But in 2021, made 6 starts, 11 relief appearances, 20 innings. He's at 57 pitches so far tonight.
Now, you got to give him a lot of credit. He just looks like he's battling up there. Again, not in favorable counts. Fell behind 3-0.
Diggs sends this one in the air to left field. That should be an easy play for Tate. Callie went halfway, now heads back to first, 1 down in the inning.
Yeah, so he falls behind 3-0 to Callie. Gets soft contact ground ball. Placed perfectly. David unable to make the play, but again, there with Diggs falling behind 2-0 and just missing enough barrel to get the out. So he's battling up there. Got to give him a lot of credit because, again, against Kentucky and Florida, he had really good stuff going. Was getting ahead of a lot of batters. Here he's falling behind, but he's battling through it.
Stovall at the plate. Grounded out to third his first time up. Takes a first pitch strike from Goldstein. Stovall at 277 on the year, 4 homers, 26 RBI. Had 6 homers, 31 RBI last year as a freshman. 1-1 pitch. Missed low, 2-1 to Stovall. Arkansas arrived in Athens, 11-4 at the halfway point. 3rd straight season. They've been 11-4 at the halfway point. 3rd consecutive season they've gotten to 30 wins in their first 37 games. This in the air. Condon's going to have room out there for out number 2. And again, Callie goes halfway, heads back to first. 2 down in the inning.
Hey, not the best pitch there again from Goldstein. Breaking ball kind of up in the zone, but doing just enough to miss those barrels. The Stovall kind of hit that off the end of the bat, and it hung up there for Condon. Like I said, Goldstein just continues to battle.
Harold Cole had their first hit of the game. He bats here with 2 down in the 5th. Takes a strike. Cole's from Boston, played at Georgia Perimeter Academy, then San Jacinto before landing in Fayetteville, Arkansas. 0-1 pitch, swung on and missed, and it's 0-2. Goldstein looking for strikeout number 4. Pickoff move. Callie was barely off the bag. Arkansas has run once in this game. That was with 2 outs in the top of the order coming up. 0-2, not running here in the dirt. Gonzalez does a great job of keeping that ball in front.
And that's the value he brings behind the plate. You saw Polk in a similar pitch. Ball kind of hits him high, kicks off. Gonzalez able to manipulate that ball, keep it close enough, hold the runner there at first base. Great job there by Gonzalez.
Fernando the Bull. New nickname. 1-2 pitch. Oh, wow. Just missed from Goldstein, 2-2.
And that's been a big difference for Goldstein, too. He's been able to overcome not getting that gray area pitch. He's had a lot of close misses that haven't gone his way.
Callie inches off the bag at first. 2-2 pitch. Fouled off by Cole. As I mentioned a few innings ago, Arkansas has now gone 2+ games without a home run. And you're like, what big? They had a 32-game home run streak until it got stopped on Tuesday in their 6-3 home victory against Central Arkansas. They had hit 54 home runs over the previous 32 games before Tuesday night. And they've homered in all but 4 games in 38 this season. 2-2 pitch. Got him. Goldstein with strikeout number 4. Another quiet inning for Arkansas. Goldstein calm, cool, and collected as he heads to the dugout.
So, Dixie, your dad, Gunner, he's looking to retire. And if you're going to be the face of the company, you really got to bring it. So, show me what you got. Sit, down, roll over, stay. Where are you going?
Right now during Ram Truck Month, get a new Ram 1500 for just $359 per month, or rates as low as 1.9%. Find that and a huge selection of Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, and Ram vehicles at Big O under that big American flag on the motor mop. Get back in here.
This is how Peloton does after hours.
Are y'all excited to be here?
In the early evening with a mug of hot tea.
You're damn right.
With the one, the only, me, Cody Rigsby.
All right, y'all ready to dance? Now, friends, this is a talk show on wheels full of pop culture obsession, celebrity confessions.
So pop, lock, and side-eye, boo. This is gonna be an LOL.
Are y'all ready? Yes, that's what I'm talking about.
And we're done.
Huh. What about these?
Looks right.
Quick! The quicker picker-upper. When you gotta get it done, one sheet is all you need. And Bounty is 2 times more absorbent, so you can use less and get the job done with one. This works?
Kinda.
Bounty, the quicker picker-upper.
Junior right-hander Cody Adcock on to pitch for the Razorbacks out of Texarkana, Arkansas. Arkansas High School, Ole Miss, and Crowder College. Adcock coming in, making his team-leading 17th appearance and his 13th out of the bullpen. His 17 appearances, 6th best in the conference, 3-1 and a 5.88 ERA. He's pitched here before with the Rebels.
Yeah, good short arm, kind of over the top. Got a little split finger and a slider to match that fastball with a little bit of arm side run. A little bit different style here than Will McIntyre. He's doing a good job of mixing his pitches, but I just think the command of the fastball wasn't there for him today. Up in the zone a little bit, and the Bulldogs were able to make him pay.
See the numbers on McIntyre, not his best. 4 innings, 6 runs, 6 hits, 6 strikeouts, 3 walks, 76 pitches. He is in line to pick up the loss here unless Arkansas can rally with the bats. And Tate goes after the first pitch from Adcock and sends it in the air, foul territory. Slavens has it for out number 1.
Now batting for Georgia, number 8, the first baseman, Parks Harbor.
Parks Harbor coming to the plate. Struck out looking and walked so far in this game. Harbor with 11 home runs, hit his 11th on Tuesday night in that 5-4 win for Georgia at Clemson. A 2-run shot that came in the first that put the Dogs up 2-0. That was a big win for Georgia. They've been beaten pretty good by Clemson here at Foley Field the week before. Georgia was really just back home from a trip to Gainesville. A tough, emotional series where they dropped 2 out of 3, had to go right back out on the road to Kingsmore Stadium and get a hard-fought win, throw out the winning run or the tying run at the plate for the final out of the game.
Yeah, and I think you mentioned the back-to-back one-run victories for Georgia, something they were unable to do early on in the season. And I think that kind of gets that here we go again type of attitude out of your head when the other team starts coming back a little bit.
When you can flip the script.
You can flip the script, right.
Yeah. Strikeout number 1 for Adcock. As Harbor goes back to the dugout, here's Will David. Yeah, Georgia's had 4 games in the SEC out of their 11 losses where they lost in the opponent's final at-bat. South Carolina blew a lead, lost. Auburn blew a lead, lost in extras. Kentucky lost when they allowed the Wildcats to score 3 in the 9th, and then, of course, the walk-off for Florida last Saturday.
That's right.
4 games in which Georgia was there to win it and instead lost it. You know?
Yep.
And Coach Strickland has told his team, look, it's not good enough to play well enough to win. You got to win.
Yeah, there's no moral victories. And you know, at this point, they've kind of started so far. They're so far behind the 8 ball, you know, at 4-11, you know, in the first half. There's just no margin for error at this point. They got to take advantage when they can, and they've been able to in the last 2 games.
You saw the brace on Corey Collins. He was standing right there next to Coach Strickland in the dugout. Corey Collins is down for the series. He's got his arm behind his back now, but if he'll bring that left arm out, you'll see that brace. He's got a strained tendon in his hand. They were fearful that something might be broken. It was hurting and swollen so bad. They're hoping to get him back for the Ole Miss series in Oxford next weekend. Swing and a miss. David goes down. Adcock retires the Bulldogs. 1-2-3 in the 5th. Heading to the 6th. 6-0 Georgia.
Lily! Welcome to our 3rd Barkery.
Oh, I can tell business is going through the roof.
But seriously, we need a reliable way to help keep everyone connected from wherever we go.
Well, at AT&T, we'll help you find the right wireless plan for you, so you can stay connected to all your drivers and stores on America's most reliable 5G network.
That sounds just perfect.
Terrierific.
I Labrador you.
Round of applause.
AT&T 5G is fast, reliable, and secure for your business.
It's your journey. Own every mile in the Hyundai Tucson with America's best warranty.
Get a Tucson with 0% APR for 48 months or get $750 bonus cash. Visit buyhyundai.com.
92% of households that kick off the year with Peloton are still active a year later? Yeah, actively using it as a coat rack.
Congrats on 50 rides!
Okay, but it's still just a fad. Just an elitist fitness cult.
Come on, guys, I know this isn't easy, but we got this.
You'll give up eventually.
Seriously? 92%.
92% stick with it. So can you. Start a 30-day home trial today. Terms apply.
Field heading to the top of the 6th inning here in Game 2. Georgia trying to clinch the series here tonight and leading the 5th-ranked Arkansas Razorbacks 6-0. Matt Stewart along with Jason Jacobs. Thanks for joining us. We'll be back tomorrow as well for the series finale at 2 o'clock Eastern Time, 1 o'clock Central. Arkansas has kind of dominated the all-time series, especially most recently. Ball in the air, Slavens retired by Murillo for out number 1. The series actually started back in the 1987 College World Series. That was the first game these two teams ever played against each other. Of course, at the time, Arkansas was not in the SEC. They were in the old Southwest Conference. They beat Georgia 5-4 out in Omaha in an elimination game to send the Dogs home. Dogs went 2-0 there in the 1987 World Series. In arguably one of the most talented Georgia teams they've ever had. That's a team that had 2 first-round draft picks on it, Chris Carpenter and Derek Lilliquist. (1-1) to Polk. Fouled out of play, 1-2. Of course, Georgia would go back 3 years later and win the national championship. One of the great highlights of my play-by-play career, calling the final out of the national championship. One ball, 2 strikes. Called strike 3. Goldstein with another strikeout. That's 5 now for Charlie.
Boy, and a great battle there by Polk. Was able to foul off the inside fastball, kept fouling it off, and a good job right there. Goldstein going in just a little bit more. Great catch by Gonzalez. I think he got maybe a little bit generous with the inside part of the plate because Goldstein has been just hammering that part to the right-hander right now.
Josenberg at the plate. Fouls off the first pitch. He's 0 for 2. Has struck out twice in this game. Swinging and looking. So he's 1 for 5 in the series. Tonight is the 64th all-time meeting. Arkansas leads the series 37-26. And they're 17-9 against the Dogs in the last 26 games, dating back to 2012. Ball hit on the ground to Murillo. Long throw, got him. Another 1-2-3 inning. Charlie Goldstein just keeps picking them up and putting them down. Heading to the bottom of the 6th. Georgia up by 6.
Lily, welcome to our third barkery.
Oh, I can tell business is going through the roof.
But seriously, we need a reliable way to help keep everyone connected from wherever we go.
Well, at AT&T, we'll help you find the right wireless plan for you, so you can stay connected to all your drivers and stores on America's most reliable 5G network.
That sounds just perfect.
Terrierific.
I Labrador you.
Round of applause.
AT&T 5G is fast, reliable, and secure for your business.
This is how Peloton does after hours.
Are y'all excited to be here?
In the early evening with a mug of hot tea.
You're damn right.
With the one, the only, me, Cody Rigsby.
All right, y'all ready to dance? Now, friends, this is a talk show on wheels full of pop culture obsessions, celebrity confessions.
So pop, lock, and side-eye, boo. This is gonna be an LOL.
Are y'all ready? Yes, that's what I'm talking about.
At Jersey Mike's, they freshly slice your sub right in front of you, which takes some training. Sliced right in front of you. It's a Jersey Mike's thing.
When you buy 10 tickets on Vivid Seats, you get the 11th ticket free. I wonder what my 11th will be.
Hey, you're trash!
Living rent-free in a hockey player's head?
Or maybe just make some noise!
What's your 11th?
Dogs 6 runs tonight have come from the long ball. Wagner in the second, Murillo in the second, LaPlante in the second, then Fernando the Bull in the third. And Jason, all 4 home runs have come from the 6, 7, 8, and 9 hitters.
They've all been to left field. Wagner got it started going backside, and they were all on fastballs up in the zone. So this Georgia offense hunting the fastball well right now. Adcock with a little bit extra oomph on his at 94, and he's really commanded the slider in the first 3 batters he was able to face last inning.
Wagner went 2 for 2 against McIntyre with the home run and an RBI single. He's driven in 2 of Georgia's 6 runs. Now a little bit of a different challenge here for Wagner facing Adcock. Adcock starter and no decision, working 4 innings on Tuesday night in a 6-3 win against Central Arkansas. 1-1 missed inside, and it's 2-1. That was a weird game. It was 3-3, and combination of Arkansas hustle and some bad decisions by Central Arkansas in the field led to a 3-run 7th as the Razorbacks won that game. 3rd hit of the game for Wagner. Sent it right back up the box.
And a great mid-at-bat adjustment there by Wagner. Chased the breaking ball, the back foot breaking ball early on. Had a good take on an inside fastball, and then right there kind of cut his swing down, stayed inside that inside pitch, forced it up the middle. So seeing the ball well right now is Wagner.
Murillo batting, homered in the 2nd, struck out in the 3rd. 7 hits now for Georgia. That was the first one off of Adcock. Wagner probably not a big threat to run here. 0-1. Line drive at Stovall, going to throw back to first, and Wagner gets in face first.
Well, his hand got hung up in the clay right there. He almost didn't make it back to first base in time. Good base running to go back, not just freeze, but go back on a line drive. The ball was well struck by Murillo, but just right at Stovall.
Here's the bull. Strike one to Fernando Gonzalez. Got to give a lot of credit to Fernando Gonzalez, not just baseball-wise, but just what he's been able to do in life. He's from Panama City, Panama, came to the States as a teenager, came to the Atlanta area, went to North Cobb Christian, came without his family. Timeout called by Strickland as he calls Fernando over to talk.
2 count, not quite sure what kind of advice he's given to Gonzo, or if he's just maybe stalling a little bit, just one out. Interesting, maybe he sees something. That was a kind of a funky play because Polk made the pitch call and immediately started pointing to first for Adcock to pick because maybe he put the wrong fingers down and the pitch clock, etc. It's kind of a little bit of a chess match going on here. Love to be a fly on the wall in that conversation Coach Strickland was having with Gonzo right there.
Here's the 0-2 pitch. Hope you got a chance to see. He had the post-game interview on SEC Now.
Yeah.
With Alyssa Lang and Todd Walker. Thought it was really good interview. Not necessarily in what was said. It was kind of a typical baseball interview, just the way in which he handled himself. He looked like a real pro.
Yeah, I think that's the impression I get from Gonzalez as well. He's very professional. The way he goes about things, very mature.
Yeah, that's a good word for it. That's what I was looking for. It wasn't necessarily what he said, but just how he said it.
Yeah, I think that's huge, being behind the plate. Something that I always took pride in. You know, the catching is that one position where all 8 guys are looking at you, so you kind of set the tone, the attitude of the fielders by the body language that you have behind the plate.
3-2 pitch, driven to center field. Josenberger comes in and makes the play. That's out number 2.
Boy, that got pitched Gonzalez very tough right there. Got ahead with 2 perfect pitcher's pitches right there on the low outside part. But look at Gonzalez. Lines out, immediately goes to his pitcher, make sure he's good for next inning. It's right to defense right there. And I think that's the value that he brings at that next level.
You can probably say that for almost any position, but probably even more so than any other than the catching position. It's so much more than just the physical tools that you bring to the game at that position.
Absolutely. You get maybe 4, maybe 5 at-bats per game, but you are involved in every pitch that your pitchers throw in that game. You are a defensive player first. That's the most important role you play. And I think Gonzalez takes that very seriously. There's a lot of guys that are catching that don't. They're more worried about their batting average, and I don't think he's one of those.
1 ball, 1 strike to LaPlante. Wagner down at first, had a leadoff single, but Murillo and Gonzalez have been retired since. 1-1 pitch. Outside, 2-1. LaPlante played at Yale last couple of seasons. Actually, he was a collegiate baseball freshman All-American, second-team All-Ivy League at Yale back in 2019. He batted .326 as a freshman. Had 28 stolen bases. which will probably be more than the entire Georgia team steals this year. 2-2 pitch. Chopper on the infield. Could be trouble. LaPlante hustling. He's safe. Infield hit.
Again, Adcock with just a great pitcher's pitch, low and away. LaPlante, that's about all you can do with it. Does a good job just hitting it where nobody is, puts his head down, hustles it out for an infield single.
Yeah, he's got some pretty good speed. First and second now for the Dogs, 2 down, back around top of the order. Ben Anderson looking for his first hit of the game. He's 0 for 3. Line drive, base hit, left field. Here comes the runner around third. Throw to the plate. Wagner is safe. 7-0 Georgia.
Anderson with just a veteran, great piece of hitting there. Like I said, in his first 3 at-bats on top of the ball, this time going the other way. Difference is, in this at-bat, he does go the other way, has that nice hole to hit through with the shift on. Does a good job of just taking what the pitcher gives him, and brings up Condon, who's looking to turn his fortune around, not having to face McIntyre.
16th RBI of the year for Anderson. And just his 4th in conference play. Georgia up 7 here for Condon, who's looked very un-Charlie Condon-like so far with 3 strikeouts in this game. The 1-0, again a check swing. Just seems a little indecisive.
A little bit. He had a good take on that first slider there from Adcock. I think, looks to me like he's guessing a little bit today and just hasn't been on the right page.
1 ball, 1 strike to Condon. Outside, and it's 2-1. Charlie Condon, 13th in the country in batting average, 11th in RBI, 17th in on-base percentage, and 5th in home runs with 17.
Just a freshman. It's incredible.
2-1. That ball is hit to deep left field, but that's off the end of the bat. Does not have the carry to get out of here, and that is the final out of the inning. But Georgia adds another on the RBI single by Ben Anderson and takes a 7-0 lead to the 7th.
Lily, welcome to our 3rd Barkery.
Oh, I can tell business is going through the roof.
But seriously, we need a reliable way to help keep everyone connected from wherever we go.
Well, and AT&T will help you find the right wireless plan for you, so you can stay connected to all your drivers and stores on America's most reliable 5G network.
That sounds just perfect.
Terrierific.
I Labrador you.
Round of applause.
AT&T 5G is fast, reliable, and secure for your business.
Hey, and one more.
I think we got it.
Yeah, let's focus on the RV. Come on.
RV?
Okay, everybody look at the RV and smile.
This is what you want for your family portrait?
Good point. We bundled the boat with our home and auto first. Hey, team, get on in here.
Team? Oh. Fun.
Now everyone say 24/7 financial protection with Progressive.
24/7
financial protection with Progressive.
Okay.
Let's get some singles and me on the bike. Honey?
Yeah.
This isn't Charmin. No wonder I don't feel as clean.
Hurry up, Dad. You've been in there forever.
I'm trying. This cheap stuff is too thin.
I told you not to get the other toilet paper. Here's Charmin Ultra Strong.
Ah, my bottom's been saved.
With its diamond weave texture, Charmin Ultra Strong cleans better with fewer sheets and less effort.
What's everybody waiting for? This?
Okay, hon. We know you're clean. We all go. Why not enjoy the go with Charmin?
For Charlie Goldstein after another superb outing by the Bulldogs' 4th-year junior left-hander. Now they give the ball to Chandler Marsh to pitch this 7th inning.
Yeah, and Marsh got a great fastball, good power fastball, really hard power curveball to match that. Started to mix in a changeup. It's been a bit of a difference maker for him, but the biggest thing, he gets into trouble nibbling a little bit too much at times, especially when he gets ahead in the count. So been pretty good his last couple of outings. Had a great outing there at Clemson. Looked pretty sharp. So looking to build off of that and continue to pound the strike zone.
Yeah, Marsh 1-2 on the season, making his 16th appearance. ERA is 5 in 18 innings, giving up 13 hits, 29 strikeouts, 19 walks. So immediately those numbers, what stands out is that's just way too many walks for the innings he's pitched. If he can work that number down, how much more effective would he be for Georgia? But you're right, Coach Strickland really liked what he saw from Chandler Marsh on Tuesday at Clemson.
Yeah, the stuff's there for sure. Just a matter of he does a great job at getting ahead, but he's got to finish that at bat a little bit quicker. Too many 0-2s or 1-2s to 3-2s for Chandler Marsh. That just gets him very stressful as a pitcher.
So the Bulldogs lift Goldstein after 78 pitches. And we had this specific conversation with Coach Strickland prior to the game in the dugout, and he said 90's about the max, so they take him out at 78.
I got to give Goldstein a lot of credit. I don't think he had his best stuff today, but he was able to make the pitch when he needed to and miss the barrel. Didn't give up a run, put his team in a great position to win this ball game.
So 6 more shutout innings, and that ball is a rocket shot and caught by LaPlante as McLaughlin is retired for the first out of the 7th.
Well, that's a big out right there. You see Marsh giving LaPlante a little bit of love. As that can kind of ignite an offense, and Goldstein was just flummoxing him a little bit. All of a sudden you go, okay, a new guy, even though Marsh has a little bit more explosive stuff, it can kind of ignite your offense. A lot of left-handed batters in this Arkansas lineup as well.
There's Borfin. He doubled his last time up, then got picked off of second for the final out of the 4th. He's 1 for 2 tonight. As I mentioned earlier, had his average up over 400, had been above 400 since March 25th until he went hitless in back-to-back games. To fall down to 388, and now it's at 382. The 2-0 is lifted into center field. Ben Anderson tracking back to the warning track and right in front of the wall. Borfin gave it a ride, but he hit it to the deepest portion of the ballpark. There's 2 down. Pretty much anywhere else might get it out of here.
And maybe on a different day as well, as you see just no movement whatsoever in the atmosphere, no wind coming in, going out. Just kind of feels like a heavy day, although the Bulldogs have been able to run 4 out of the yard.
Those have all been to left field.
A little bit shorter out there.
Shortest portion of the park is down the right field line where it's only 314. It's 350 down the line in left. Of course, you played here, so you know better than I. I mean, the optical illusion is that it's pretty short in left field, it looks like to me. It's not that short, but it looks pretty short. It looks like it stays 350 for a while, I guess is what I'm saying, until it just gets to 370 in the alley.
It does. It doesn't get as deep, as quick as right field, which goes from 314 to 370. So
yes, exactly. You're exactly right.
A lot of doubles and triples out there in right field, the way the field's kind of shaped.
Yeah, the right field wall kind of bubbles out a little bit more than the left field wall, right?
Yeah, it plays flatter out there. Like you mentioned, stays 350 for a lot longer than it does in right field, where it gets deep quick.
Strike to Cali, and it's 3-2. Ball 4. So Marsh unable to get that 1-2-3 inning, and it's that walk. That's where he most often gets in trouble.
And I think it's just the maturity. You could see a couple of pitches in that at bat where he just overthrew him. Spiked the breaking ball, and then right there on the 3-2 fastball really yanked it. And that's just the first walk for Georgia pitching staff on the night. A huge step in the right direction, as the walk has been little bit of the Achilles heel of this staff.
That's just the 4th walk for the Georgia pitching staff the entire weekend. So 4 walks in 15 innings of work for the Georgia pitching staff, 1 here tonight. 3 came from Colton Smith, the starter, last night in 4 innings.
You just hate walking a guy in front of Diggs who's swinging a hot bat right now. And his last at bat of game 1 hit a laser just.
Yeah, he almost tied the game.
Yeah, just maybe a foot away from tying the ball game. The ball just kept carrying as well, didn't get very high. So those 2 out walks, for some reason they come back to bite you.
Diggs is 0 for 2 tonight. He's running out of time to extend his on-base streak to 30 games. Of course, Charlie Condon's in the same spot. He's got an on-base of 37, so both of those streaks are on the line getting late in this game. 2 balls, no strikes to Diggs. There's a strike from Marsh. You go back to Friday night. He was the losing pitcher in that walk-off loss to Florida. Had a dominant 1-2-3 eighth inning. 9th inning started with the leadoff walk. That bounces in there, red in the dirt. Callie's going to head to second and get there on the wild pitch. So a walk and a wild pitch. And Arkansas has a runner in scoring position.
Another spiked fastball there, but in this case it looked like Marsh might have landed awkwardly with that front foot, excuse me. His stride marks just enough off where he's stepping kind of in half of a hole, I guess.
Ball 4.
Balanced.
So Marsh, after getting the first 2 batters, the 2 and 3 hitters in the Arkansas order, has now walked 2 in a row. And here comes Sean Kinney, the pitching coach.
And again, Marsh just looks a little out of sync. I'm not sure if it's the mound, but he just looks a little off balance.
Yeah, you just can't walk guys and keep coming out of the bullpen. They'll stop bringing you out of the bullpen if you keep doing that. That's 21 walks now for Marsh in under 19 innings. The fact that he keeps getting called shows you how much belief they have in his stuff.
Yeah, it's just the consistency. When he's on, like he was at Clemson, it's just a great outing. Everything's working for him, but you got to find a way to battle like Goldstein did today. Again, I don't think he had his best stuff, but he was able to battle, stay in the strike zone, make the pitch when he needed to. And here Marsh, his misses are getting a little bit bigger. Got to find a way to kind of channel everything back and get on the right path.
So Stovall batting. He's 0 for 2, has 2 aboard. There's 2 out here in the 7th. To date, this is the best scoring opportunity for Arkansas in this game. One ball, no strikes to the Razorbacks' second baseman. And it's 2-0. And Marsh is really fighting it now.
Yeah, it looked like he aimed those last 2 pitches, so now he's feeling for it instead of throwing it, and there's a happy medium.
2-0 pitch. There's a strike on the inside corner. Stovall grounded out the 3rd and the 2nd, flew out to right in the 5th. 2 balls, 1 strike. Called strike at the knees, and it's 2-2.
Couple of confidence builders there for Marsh. Well executed. Inside fastballs and hitters counts.
Two-two pitch. In the air, should get him out of the inning. LaPlante, shallow on the right field grass, has it. And Marsh, after walking 2, gets a pop-up to take us to the 7th inning stretch. And Georgia leading 7-0.
Welcome to our third Barkery.
Oh, I can tell business is going through the roof.
But seriously, we need a reliable way to help keep everyone connected from wherever we go.
Well, at AT&T, we'll help you find the right wireless plan for you, so you can stay connected to all your drivers and stores on America's most reliable 5G network.
That sounds just perfect. Terrierific. I Labrador you. Round of applause.
AT&T 5G is fast, reliable, and secure for your business.
1 teaspoon of potassium iodide.
Chickaroo.
And then science. Oh, I think that's Carvana. Right, let's go.
Go.
Just in the amount.
Just in the amount.
Oh, let's do more. Do more, yeah. I can do more.
All in.
Yes, please. Super easy. I know. I just bought a car from Carvana.
A lot can happen in a moment.
They're delivering it here.
Like finding your perfect mix of down and monthly payments.
ABS brakes.
Finance your next car with Carvana today.
The future is threatened by enemies often unseen and unexpected. In the midst of an uncertain and evolving world, the need for Marines to defeat these shifting threats is critical because the need to ensure stability for our nation has never been greater. When there are battles to win for America's future, there is one constant: Marines.
Georgia going for the series clinching win tonight, 7-9-0 for the Dogs, 0-3-0 for Arkansas. McIntyre gave up 6 runs, 5 of them coming on home runs from Georgia's 6, 7, 8, and 9 hitters. Goldstein, 6 scoreless innings. He's given way to the bullpen, and Cole Wagner, 3 for 3 with a home run and an RBI single in this game. And Arkansas has also hurt themselves with some uncharacteristic base running mistakes to end the 3rd and 4th inning.
Yeah, the third not as big a deal. You had your one whole hitter up, and they kind of made the third out there trying to get in a scoring position on a steal. A crafty slide there by Cole, but ultimately went to review. But that 4th inning, that was a tough one.
Yeah, that was because they had him in scoring position.
Yeah. 2-out double, a chance to kind of grab some momentum, and then I don't think he was trying to steal, just got caught sleeping.
Yep. Happens sometimes. No balls, 2 strikes to Connor Tate. Fastball from Adcock outside. It's 1-2. Tate now with 39 career home runs. He's number 6 on Georgia's all-time home run list. One-two pitch outside, 2-2. Closing in on some of the big names in Georgia home run history. He's now just 4 behind number 5 on that list, Rich Poitras, who had 43. Two, and that ball is served into right field for a base hit. Just kind of like a forehand serve in tennis right there. Second hit of the game for Connor Tate.
Yeah, I think that just shows his maturity. Just great piece of hitting. Ball going low and away. Sees the slider from Adcock, doesn't try and do too much with it. You can see right now Georgia, the leadoff, getting their leadoff on, been fantastic, 4 out of 7.
Parks Harbor at the plate. Ball 1 to Harbor. For Connor Tate, that is his team-leading 62nd career multi-hit game. Harbor looking for his first hit. He's been on base once when he walked in the 3rd inning. He has struck out the other 2 times. He's ahead in this count, 2-0. Strike 1 to Harbor makes it 2-1. Parks got off to a really fast start in SEC play. Homered twice, drove in 4 runs in that South Carolina series. Then went 8 for 15 with 3 doubles, homer, 7 RBI in the Auburn series. Hits this one to center field, but Josenberger has it for out number 1. Will David steps to the plate. Arkansas is 4-1 in their SEC series this season, 1-1 on the road. They swept Auburn to start things, then went 1-2 at LSU, so that's the series that they lost. Then went 2-1 against Bama, 2-1 at Ole Miss, swept Tennessee last weekend. Dogs still have the Volunteers on their calendar. Ground ball hit to Stovall, goes to Cole. He kind of double clutches and still gets the double play. 4-6-3 double play for the Razorbacks, their second double play of the game. And that ends the 7th with Georgia going back in the field and leading by 7.
The new Smokin' Triple Stack at Firehouse Subs. Stacked with honey ham, smoked turkey, and slow-smoked brisket. It's one of our meatiest subs ever. To top it off, a portion of every purchase helps provide life-saving equipment to first responders across the country. So at Firehouse Subs, we don't just make subs. We make subs that are big, bold, and craveable. We make our subs differently because our subs make a difference. Firehouse Subs. Enjoy more subs. Save more lives.
Doug.
Hey man, nice base. Clearly you're a safe driver. You could save hundreds for safe driving with Liberty Mutual.
They customize your car insurance, so you only pay for what you need. Woo! We gotta go again.
Only pay for what you need.
Liberty, 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 liberty. Saw his tournament resume, despite the fact they seem to be in danger of dropping this series. They're still in good shape. RPI is 6, strength of schedule is 9, 11-5 against the RPI top 50, projected right now by D1 Baseball as a number 4 national seed. And we were talking to Dave Van Horn before the game. I mean, they are so professional, I feel, in their approach. They're really a reflection of their head coach. And I know you and I both have great regard and hold Dave Van Horn in high esteem.
Absolutely.
And how he handles his ball club. But how many times, and we've been doing this a long time, how many times have we seen kind of Arkansas in this spot, and you'll see them in maybe April, and you're wondering, and then in May they start clicking, and before you know it, they're like last year with a win away from playing in the national championship series. Cole, sliding double. Extra base hit for Cole to get this inning started. Second hit of the game for him.
Yeah, and you see Marsh right there missing his spot, a little up. Ball migrating back over the plate to Cole. And to this point, Arkansas really squaring Marsh up, something they were unable to do against Goldstein. Even the outs that Marsh is getting, they're squared up pretty well. So, they got 6 outs to work, and it's far from over at this point.
Yes. Here's Slavens. Swing and a miss. All you need is a little spark for a team as capable as Arkansas. Maybe the double by Cole to start this inning is that spark that they needed. He's got a couple of hits tonight. I mean, on a night where they have 4 total hits, the guy that typically is not your starter, the one that Dave Van Horn said, let's go with him, has half your hits.
Yeah, got to find a way to plate this run. Without a doubt, just can't leave another guy on the bases, as they have the first 2 games of this series so far.
High fastball, 1-2 now to Slavens. Slavens 0 for 2 tonight. 0 for 6 in the series. 1-2 pitch. Outside. 2-2 now. Marsh glances back at Cole. In the air, out of play. Slavin's only 4 home runs and 30 RBI so far this season. After hitting 16 and driving in 58 last year as a junior. 2-2, and it's 3-2. Nobody throwing in the Georgia bullpen right now. Three-two pitch. That ball is hit towards the gap. No one's going to get to that one, and it's over the wall. Slavens with his 5th home run of the season. RBI 31 and 32, and Arkansas has gotten on the board with a 2-run homer here in the top of the 8th.
Yeah, great job there by Slavens. Marsh had a chance to finish him again, getting ahead 1-2. Couple of big misses, overthrowing the ball, has to get back in the strike zone. Leaves it up and out over. Slavin makes him pay, and Slavin saw it right away. That ball just snuck out. Kind of shows you the heavy air that Foley Field has above it right now. But that puts Arkansas on the board and breathes some life into what was a dead dugout.
So that ends the brief 2-game home run drought for Arkansas, and maybe a step in the right direction for them getting back into this game as the Dogs are going to the bullpen.
YouTube is the new home of NFL Sunday Ticket. Sign up now and get $100 off. Watch all your favorite NFL teams' out-of-market Sunday afternoon games all season long exclusively on YouTube and YouTube TV. Sign up now.
Bring us their blood.
How do we always get into this? Taste this!
New and existing customers can choose the phone they want, like the incredible iPhone 14 on us.
Not to brag, but I'm on Verizon now.
Wow.
And I got to choose the phone I wanted for free. Not bragging.
You're bragging.
Who, me? Never. Oh, excuse me. Hello, Your Royal Highness, sir.
Okay, that's a brag.
New and existing customers can choose the phone they want, like the incredible iPhone 14 on us.
On the network worth bragging about.
Verizon.
It's called the juice. It adds that jazz to your sub. Add a flavor zing with the juice.
And who picked up his 2nd save as a Georgia Bulldog last night, getting the final 2 outs of that 6-5 victory on to pitch here in the 8th. It's his 21st appearance of the season, 2-0 and a 4.23 ERA.
Yeah, Ray Dan's the side armor. Always nice to have one of those guys in your bullpen because they can throw just about every day. So on here with a 5-run lead, trying to get those final 6 outs.
Strike 1 to Polk. Coach Dave Van Horn, a little bit of a tough spot here with Polk delivering towards the gap, and that's going to bounce and go to the wall. So Polk's going to motor into second base, sliding, 3rd extra base hit of the inning for Arkansas.
And coming from the bottom of the order, we saw the Georgia bottom of the order really ignite things for them, and Arkansas answering back here late in the game, just a hanging slider there, arm side. Polk drives it into the gap.
I mean, Polk came into the game 1 for 9 in SEC play, had not gotten a lot of action because Roland's been their everyday catcher. But he's sidelined with some back issues right now. Back around to the top of the order, and Josenberg fouls this one out of play. But what I was getting ready to say as Polk shut my mouth with the double to the wall is that last night he probably, Coach Van Horn probably would have pinch hit Polk when he came up with the bases loaded in the 8th inning, but didn't have that opportunity because he doesn't have another catcher. So what Polk just did there is what they really wanted him to do last night. They're happy he did it tonight. They could have really used it last night.
Absolutely.
But Arkansas trying to claw their way back into this game late. One ball and 2 strikes to Josenberg. He is still without a hit tonight. Hits this one in the air. Condon and Anderson converging. It's going to be Anderson right up against the wall for out number 1 as Polk is going to take third base with the tag. So Radan's not exactly fooling them right now.
Yeah, that slider's just kind of a cement mixer right now. Not a whole lot of action on it.
That's always the scary thing with that sidearm slider.
Yeah, you might have to go to the fastball and use the action right there. Of course, it does match the bat path of the left-handed hitter. And again, Arkansas with a lot of left-handed bats.
5 of them in the batting order. When you count the switch hitter, Josenberg, that gives him 6. McLaughlin looking to extend his 5-game hitting streak. Count now 2-1 to Ben McLaughlin. Got to play against his twin brother this week. His twin brother Jack plays for UCA, pardon me. Getting my UCs mixed up. UCA, UC Arkansas, Central Arkansas. His brother Jack, twin brother, plays first base for them. (3-1), walked him. Runners at the corners. Plot thickens for Arkansas here. And they got the heart of their order coming up with just 1 down still in the inning. Jace Borfin, who is 1 for 3 with a double in the 4th.
And you got 3 of the next 4 hitters all left-handed.
And Borfin goes after the first pitch and fouls it out of play. Battled injuries last year. Made just 24 starts and hit .228 with 3 homers and 17 RBI. But he has been money for the Razorbacks this year. His count goes 1-1 to Borfin. He's at .379. 10 home runs, 32 RBI. High in the air to right field. Condon back at the track. They should get a run home. Tagging, racing home from third base and scoring is Polk, and it's 7-3, but now 2 down in the inning.
Boy, you mentioned he just misses this one. Shallow part of the ballpark there. Anything to the right of that SEC is going to be in that 330 range, but just misses. A home run gets the RBI in there, but Georgia playing with a little bit of fire right now.
Callie at the plate. There's a strike. 1 for 2. Been on base twice. Singled in the 5th and walked in the 7th. Called strike, and it's 0-2.
That's the slider you'd expect from Radans right there. Had some good action late.
He's 3 for 5 in the series. He's had a hot bat. 0-2 pitch, outside 1-2. He's knocked in a couple of runs, had a run-scoring single and a sacrifice fly last night. One-two pitch from Radans, and that's poked into left field for a base hit. 4th hit of the inning for Arkansas. who started the inning with just 3 hits the entire game. So first and second, and here is Kendall Diggs getting one last chance perhaps to extend his on-base streak to 30 games, but more importantly, get his team right back in this ball game with a big hit. Strike one.
Yeah, and I think this matchup favors Arkansas a little bit. Diggs swinging a hot bat, hitting the ball pretty well. He got the side armor. Like I said, matches the left-hander's bat path. A big point in the game right here.
0-1, sliced foul down the left field line, and it's 1-1 to 0-2 to Diggs, pardon me. Diggs batting .345, 8 homers, 39 RBI. Came in batting .308 in conference play. Radans, 0-2 pitch. Fades outside, it's 1-2. McLaughlin down at second, Callie's at first. 3 runs on the board for Arkansas here in the 8th. Ground ball hit to LaPlante on the outfield grass. High throw, and Harbor able to get the foot down just in time to finish off the inning. But Arkansas inches closer with a 3-run inning. Dogs up 4 heading to the bottom of the 8th.
YouTube is the new home of NFL Sunday Ticket. Does this mean you can watch NFL Sunday Ticket without putting a satellite dish on your roof? Does this mean you can watch your favorite teams' out-of-market Sunday afternoon games? Does this mean all the players are technically YouTube celebrities now? Yes, to every one of those things. Get the lowest full season price of the year on YouTube and YouTube TV.
As soon as I walked into Magic Kingdom, I started bawling my eyes out because of all the magic.
It just make you feel like a kid again.
I'm here for Fantasmic. Tower of Terror's my favorite. Guardians of the Galaxy.
This is just a really special place. I love it here.
New and existing customers can choose the phone they want, like the incredible iPhone 14 on us.
Not to brag, but I'm on Verizon now.
Wow.
And I got to choose the phone I wanted for free. Not bragging.
You're bragging.
Who, me? Never. Oh, excuse me.
Hello, Your Royal Highness, sir.
Okay, that's a brag.
New and existing customers can choose the phone they want, like the incredible iPhone 14 on us.
On the network worth bragging about.
Verizon.
Why is Aaron happy? Well, just days ago, his old wheels gave out. But he knew Carvana had his back. That's because Carvana had tens of thousands of cars under $20,000. And with the new co-signer option, Aaron's folks were able to help him out with a new ride.
No way.
Yes way. With the most cars under $20,000 and our new co-signer option, we'll drive you happy at Carvana.
Your left-hander, Zach Morris out of Cabot, Arkansas. 6'3", 225. Seldom used. This is just his 3rd SEC appearance of this season. It's his 10th appearance overall. Does have 1 start. And he's 0-2 with an 8.40 ERA. So Dave Van Horn going a little bit deeper into his bullpen in hopes that Morris can keep Georgia right where they are and Arkansas maybe put 4 on the board in the top of the 9th.
Yeah, great job by Adcock. Pitched very well, kind of calmed down the offense that Georgia was putting on display to that point. Really executed his pitches, especially low and away to the right-handers.
Adcock went 3 innings, gave up 4 hits, but just 1 run. No walks, importantly, no walks. 2 strikeouts through 42 pitches. Of course, Arkansas is a staff that's had their share of injuries this year. One of their top projected starters, Jackson Wiggins, went down before the season started. Tommy John, Cody Frank, one of their top middle relievers, torn lat muscle first 3 weekends of the season, done for the year. And they're still without Brady Tigert. Hoping to get him back soon. He's been out since the 1st of March with a UCL sprain in his elbow. And Wagner with his 4th hit of the game. How good that must feel for Cole Wagner, who has struggled so mightily this year. 4-hit night for Cole Wagner.
And it all started with that backside home run. Really good piece of hitting, driving it that way. When you have confidence that you can go opposite field with power, kind of opens up the whole game for you. He's had 3 singles since then, all of them up the middle.
Justin Thomas is going to pinch run for Cole Wagner. But Cole Wagner, 4 for 4 in this game. He was 5 for 32 in conference play coming into the game. So nearly as many hits tonight that he had in the entire conference season to this point. It's got to be, must feel like a piano off of his shoulders tonight. He's been hauling that piano up the stairs the entire conference season.
Especially, as I mentioned, he had such a good fall and scrimmage games and inter-squads and such a good spring. You start to question if that was just a fluke when things start out as bad as they did for him. So, big confidence boost for Wagner. He's a good player, and they're going to need him down the stretch if they want to get back into this postseason race.
Yeah, Wagner came into the game batting 189 overall and batting 156 in conference play. And a solid 4 for 4 night. He'll sleep well tonight. Maybe the best sleep he's had in a long time. Murillo at the plate, 2-1. And Justin Thomas down at first base, pinch running for Wagner here in the bottom of the 8th. And he's done those 4 hits against 3 different pitchers. Two-one, called strike, 2-2 to Murillo. Murillo hit that home run, the second of the back-to-backs, coupled with Wagner back in that second inning. He is 0 for 2 since. Morris, soft toss over the first. Thomas wasn't going anywhere. Justin Thomas was just an absolutely spectacular football player at Benedictine in Savannah. Got a chance to see him in the state championship game. Just so much fun to watch. 2-2. Chopper. Slavens goes to second. They get the out there. Can't get back to first to get Murillo. There's one down. And that'll bring Fernando the Bull to the plate. The Bull, why? Why the Bull? Because this is what he's done in this series. This is last night. And this is tonight. Same result. Home runs in consecutive days for Fernando the Bull Gonzalez.
And like we mentioned, more importantly, he's caught great to this point in the series. Good job. You saw that after he made that out in his last at-bat, going straight up to Goldstein and making sure he was okay. Of course, Goldstein was finished for the night, so maybe giving him some congratulations and some props for the outing that he had. But just done a great job behind the plate, and it's just cherry on top of the cake when you get a couple of big knocks.
Ball 1 to Fernando Gonzalez. Just looks like he's built for the role. Two balls, no strikes to Fernando Gonzalez. Time called while Polk gets the gear back on. Justin Thomas takes his lead at first. 2-0 pitch Gonzalez outside, 3-0. there is activity down in the Georgia bullpen. Be interesting to see if they go there right away as the inning starts or whether they'll stick with Radans in the ninth. 3-0, walked him on 4 pitches. So Gonzalez aboard for the 3rd time tonight. Another visit by the pitch coach, Matt Hobbs. Hope Billy Squire's still getting royalties.
Keeping him alive.
Mason LaPlante comes to the plate. 2 aboard for the Dogs here in the 8th, trying to get some insurance runs after surrendering 3 in the top half of the inning. Matt Stewart along with Jason Jacobs. Thanks for joining us tonight. Game 2 of this 3-game series at Foley Field. We'll be back with you tomorrow at 2 o'clock Eastern Time, 1 o'clock Central for the series finale.
And with Slavin's playing that deep, LaPlante might push one over there with left-hander Morris falling off.
Ground ball in the 6th hole. Here comes the runner around third. Murillo throw to the plate, and he is out at the plate. Polk got the tag down on him. A bang-bang play at the dish. And Polk hangs in there and puts the tag on Murillo as the ball got there at the same time Murillo did. 2 down in the inning.
Well, what a throw by Borfin right here. Ball not hit terribly hard. He charges it well, gets rid of it, and just right on the money. Ball and player arriving at the same time. Good job by Polk holding on to that. Good clean play.
That's just a super play by Borfin. You're right. The throw was on the line and right at the spot that the tag had to be made. And then Polk did not let his concentration get broken by Murillo, who was closing on him fast.
Yeah, that play for a catcher a little bit easier because you see the runner coming at you as the ball's arriving. It was a little bit tougher coming from right field. You're a little bit blind to it. You got to kind of brace for impact, but good job right there and a great throw by Borfin.
Maybe easy for you, all SEC catcher. Me, that ball's by me to the backstop because I'm looking at that runner. Is he going to kill me or not?
Yeah, with the way the game is now, they have to, if you give them part of the plate, they got to try to get around you. So, yeah.
They can't just take you out like they used to in the old days.
Yeah, but as a catcher now, you do have to give them that place to slide. We used to be able to get away with blocking the plate a little bit more.
Fall down in front of that plate like a hockey goalie. Ben Anderson strikes out. That ends the inning. Dogs had a promising inning developing, but a big play by Borfin and Polk to cut down Murillo at the plate. We're heading to the ninth.
Oh, will you pause it real quick? Just sold the car to Carvana. Okay, hit play, please.
What? When did you do that?
I just did it the other day. All I had to do was enter the VIN or license plate, answer a couple of questions, and got a real offer in seconds. Then they just picked up the car and paid me right on the spot.
I can finally quit my job and become an actor. No, you're right.
Sell your car at Carvana.com today.
YouTube is the new home of NFL Sunday Ticket. Does this mean you can watch NFL Sunday Ticket without putting a satellite dish on your roof? Does this mean you can watch your favorite teams out-of-market Sunday afternoon games? Does this mean all the players are technically YouTube celebrities now? Yes, to every one of those things. Get the lowest full season price of the year on YouTube and YouTube TV.
The Car Cougars are going for a 5th consecutive state championship.
Last last night. Former wide receiver Gillette George was shot to death in the Algiers neighborhood of the city.
When we lost him, it changed our message of our program.
I don't want to release no balloons for no funerals. I want to release the balloons when they graduate, when they go to college. I love each and every one of y'all to death.
Will Pearson on to pitch the ninth for the Dogs, making his 12th appearance of the season. 0-1, 5.40 ERA, 13-plus innings, 8 strikeouts, 7 walks. Comes on to face the 6, 7, and 8 hitters for Arkansas here as they're down to their final 3 outs.
Yeah, Pearson, another guy, kind of relies on his deception and movement on that fastball as a slider breaking in the other direction. Fastball is going to stay arm side, and when it's good, it's going to have a little action down as well. So again, not the greatest match with so many lefties in the lineup, but he's a strike thrower for the most part. Been in this situation before, so Coach Strickland electing to go with some maturity out there on the mound.
There's Peyton Stovall, 0 for 3. First pitch from Pearson is a strike one. Stovall is 1 for 8 in the series. His only hit came in his first at-bat of the series and was a run-scoring double to start the game last night. It's funny how baseball works. Arkansas, first 2 batters, a walk and a double by Stovall. They're up 1-0, thinking, wow, this is going to be a great series for us. And here they are down to their final 3 outs before Georgia can clinch the series win with 1 more game to go tomorrow. But it started really well for Arkansas, has not played out so well since. They've only dropped 1 SEC series the entire season, and that was at LSU, the number 1 ranked team in the country. (0-2) pitch from Pearson, fouled off. Georgia still has LSU on their schedule. Fortunately for the Bulldogs, that's going to be here, not there. Final weekend of the regular season.
Yeah, going to be easier to play them here at home than going to the hostile Baton Rouge.
What a lineup they got. Paul Skeens pitching, Dylan Cruz, Tommy Tanks from NC State, the transfer. Wow.
That's right.
Deserving of that number 1 ranking, although they were beaten by the Louisiana Ragin' Cajuns on Tuesday night. That ball is slapped down the line in left field, and it is a foul ball.
Wow, that ball just hugged the line the whole way down there, had very little slice to it. Maybe just a foot foul, but it's just holding that line,
Very close.
Very close.
1 ball, 2 strikes to Stovall. Goes that way again, this time out of play. Georgia trying to pick up their 22nd win of the season and their 6th in the conference. 1-2, in on him, and it's 2-2. And again, Stovall hanging in there tough, fouling off pitches.
There's a heck of a battle right here between Pearson and Stovall.
This will be the 10th pitch of the plate appearance. 2-2 in the air. Let's see if that's playable. It's in foul territory. Condon over there by the fence, leaning over, can't make the play as he tumbles into the bullpen. Watch out, big fella.
Long way to run there for Condon. Just kind of alligator-armed it here at the end. He didn't quite get full extension. I think he's got it if he just hangs that glove out a little bit more, but bracing for impact on the fence would have been a tough play. And the battle continues here between Pearson and Stovall.
11th pitch. 2-2. Outside, 3-2. This is really kind of what we're seeing right here in this matchup, just really kind of a testament to Arkansas and their unwillingness just to give in. Hot shot again, he just misses a double. That's the second time he's just missed extra bases on opposite foul lines.
And as a hitter, the longer the sit back goes, he's seen everything Pearson has to offer, and he's confident that he's able to handle it. So as it goes, you're just kind of waiting for a mistake from Pearson. Pearson's got to really bear down and be precise with his pitches.
12th pitch. In the air. Condon should be able to camp under it. He does, out one.
Good battle right there. Pearson executed a lot of good pitches. Stovall spoiled a lot of good pitches.
Harold Cole, who's got 2 of their hits tonight. Single in the third, doubled and scored ahead of the 2-run homer by Slavens back in the 8th. Strike one from Pearson. Cole's got his average up to 274, hits it on the ground to Murillo. Out number 2. And now Arkansas is down to their final out. Crowd here at Foley Field rises to its feet. And Slavin stands in, clubbed a 2-run homer his last time up. Goes after the first pitch, sends it over the overhang. It's 0-1. Dogs looking for their second SEC Series win. Oh-1 from Pearson. In the air. Left field. Tate. Dogs win. (7-3) final, and the Bulldogs, who at one point, Jason, were 1-9 in the SEC, have now won 5 of their last 7 conference games, and all of them against top 10 teams, including the last 2 against the number 5 Arkansas Razorbacks.
Yeah, I'd say Georgia's definitely on the right track. Got off to a really slow, tough start, had some heartbreaking losses. I think they were able to turn the tide this week with that 1-run win against Clemson midweek and then the 1-run win against Arkansas last night. Able to build off that. Another great performance from Goldstein. Offense was there. Bottom of the order kind of held up the whole offense in today's game, and tomorrow they get a chance to go for the sweep. First time all season they've had that opportunity.
So the Dogs win it. Charlie Goldstein, 6 scoreless innings. Cole Wagner, 4 base hits. Wagner homers, Murillo homers, Gonzalez homers, LaPlante homers, and tomorrow Georgia goes for a 3-game sweep. And now for my partner, Jason Jacobs, our director, Sam Carroll, our producer, Blake Hines. I'm Matt Stewart, and for our entire SEC Network team, good night from Athens, where the Dogs win the series. They beat the Hogs 7-3.